So,
Yeah.
in the same order as well. Oh well. Love a bit of continuity. And as you're saying, Chris, in Vietnam.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Vietnam. Oh, it's raining.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, one thing we should say before we start, this will probably be the only race in Vietnam in the FTR league ever. Because next year it's not going to be on the game. Well, this year it's not going to be on the games. This will be the only ever Tier 3 race out of Vietnam.
Yeah, of course, the real life drivers didn't get a chance to race there either because of the pandemic.
Yeah, I dread to think how much money was wasted on the venue. I'm actually quite speechless behind your game mode, Chris, because yours literally loaded as soon as I got onto the bit where it started loading like the Vietnam background. Like, that's how slow mine was loaded in.
I've just gone on 17, 15.
I pressed off the home button and went back to F1 2020, and my game had already loaded up and was on the quali session, and I thought what had happened, and I'd only just told him to ready up. That's how quick it is compared to the normal consoles.
The other week, well, they didn't load in. I wonder if they're gonna have the same issue. But I've loaded in, I can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just gonna mean that quali overruns on on our screens.
Yeah.
For the viewers.
Well, 2 work qualies in a row for Tier 3 then, if I'm correct.
People are in.
Alpha Romeo is out.
That'll
be... always one of the early races.
Yeah. This weather looks quite... very light rain, so I wonder if we're going to get some dry running in the session as both the Mercedes as well. Little Michael Collins.
Oh, it's slippy.
Well, fortunately, it's one of the circuits where you run a bit of a higher downforce setup, so the wet qualifying shouldn't really hamper the setup choice too much. But obviously, we'll find out the race who's running a lower downforce setup because they're making a lot of moves on the straight.
Yeah, I think if it was on the calendar next year, it would be the longest straight in F1 with China not being on the calendar anymore.
Well, to be class that back straight, the main straight's right backwards on main straight on that.
Sure. I think what was going to be the obvious shout for qualifying in Tomba, he's been quicker than, I'd say, most of Tier 1 in time trial at least.
Yeah.
Whether this wet weather will hamper him, I'm not sure, but...
Yeah. We'd like to think with the amount of practice that he's put in, he would have put a bit of time into getting either a wet setup or do some wet practice. Obviously we'll find out in the next 3-4 minutes what sort of times the guys are going to start pumping in, but...
I was talking with him and he said he hasn't done practice race or practice quali, so I think that gives you an answer. Just very naturally quick at this chat track.
Yeah.
Oh,
driver as well.
Cloud has just hit the wall on his
Critical
outlap.
divide, you mean? And right after
critical
the
divide,
pits,
yeah.
another lap limping round this frankly awful track.
Yep, I think we can all come into agreement and say that.
So Michael Collins just going on to his lap. Very cautious line onto that lap, but I guess it's better than having it from wing bar.
You got J-Line, Tomper right behind him, and then Dom's right behind Tomper as well. I think I'm going to single order Michael. He'd be the first one at full speed in these conditions. And I'm almost just going to be over these curves.
Safety car speed.
But yeah, look at that. He's well away from the curves there. He's going to lose so much more time, but also not risk spinning the car around. Interesting to see how deep. Oh, Dom's spun. Vertical, I think that is. Very easy to spin that. Michael, though, very tentative in these conditions at the moment. Rightfully so as well.
He went
to get the
very deep. He went very deep into turn 1, so that maybe just bailing from his lap. Still in hot lap to be fair though. Fairline, Tom still both going strong.
Yeah, those two have been very evenly matched over the course of the last few races in both quali and the race, so I'm sure we'll see that here as well. But Michael now
So,
comes into sector 3, the most technical part of the
16
track.
dead. JLI with a 15.3 and Tampa at a 14.5, so three very different times there.
So these times are going to come across from slowest to fastest, maybe this rest of the trials is the fact. But as Michael comes through, as I like to call it, Suzuka Sector 1, because that's technically what it is, obviously without the elevation changes, there's this FTR of Tosti spun at turn 2. Michael really taking no risks here, pretty much no speed on the apex of that corner. Last corner now, be careful hitting the wall on the other side. Also going to be at 150.3, like JLI.
He'll steal that.
152, and Tompa was at 148.4, almost 2 seconds faster than his teammate at the racing point. It's Ferrari next. 51.3.
Don, he's
Yeah,
spun.
spin.
So, and it's Mr. Goosey on track B.
Outlap.
Mobs.
Yeah, not to be the next one to set up that car. He was just in the water. Luckily, got away without damage, I believe. Doesn't look like he's enjoying the conditions, but he goes 4th fastest with 150.7.
Now got hit through a cloud. Spectating through sector 3. Imagine his way of steering could hinder him here, the way he kind of started into turns.
Yeah. Looks like he's got no confidence in turning as well. He seems to be trying to turn the cars that seem to follow. See what that relates to in terms of lap times. Thomas time's already passed, and this doesn't look too competitive, and it doesn't seem like it now. 152.5, 15 P6.
Very similar lap.
Yeah.
Now we've got
There is a
Rowan.
152.4 for Walls as Cloud almost spins.
Rowan very tedious on the exit there. Sets a 52.6. All of them going for.
No, Michael's in. JLI still going. So JLI is the one of the top 3 that stayed out for another lap. Let's see if he's improved in his lap.
Yeah, Tom 619 DD was over a second up through sector 2. So
JLI doesn't
he had a
improve.
very tidy sector 3.
I wonder if Tompa's advantage is that the other Tom goes on 50.1. I've just realised we've got about 3 or 4 Toms in this still.
And you've got Dom.
With Tom in the name at least. Tom. Anyway, but like I was just about to say, I think the reason we're seeing Tom go a little bit faster than him is maybe he put just a minimal amount of fuel in, because JLI is going for a 3rd lap now. And looking at his steering wheel, he's got, if he stops steering so aggressively, I'll be able to read it. With a few more than 2 laps of fuel left. Yeah, also 2.3. So, I think we'll see the other drivers sort of close like almost 2 second gap. Tom's currently got for provisional pole, but Dom 15 HD snuck in P2 ahead of Tom 619 DD. No, by about, well, almost 2 tenths even actually, with 150 dead. So else is also currently on the lap. This divide starts as lap, I believe. It does, because he had that wing damage, didn't he? Here comes Rowan through the last sector now. He's 4 tenths up on his previous best through the second sector split. It's currently in 10th with a 52.6 and across the line ending second. Now, what's it going to be? Going to be a 152.194, good enough for 9th, so it's going to move up 1 place. It was 3 tenths up for the second sector split, so let's see if he's gained more time for the 3rd sector. It's a bit tighter than the last lap, that was 3 seconds down on that lap. See if he can make an improvement. He doesn't, unfortunately he loses out.
He got critical divide orchestrated slipstream by his teammate. That's helped him by around a 10th or 2 tenths, I reckon.
I wonder if that was orchestrated.
I reckon it is. He was following very closely quite well.
Yeah, you got Tomper ahead of him, he's got to hope he's going to get out of the way, and it looks like he will. Or maybe not, I think. Oh no, it's Thompson out like that. where I was on a lap, but it's just at the wall on the main straight. This is gonna. I wonder if there's gonna be. We're just come the end of the session where we could be going a bit faster. If you go through sector 3, that cloud would run out of fuel, so obviously it's going to be going a lot slower. And as the walls are so tight and it's starting to get to people going to be, I wonder if there's going to be a big collision between two drivers. Fortunately, Michael was a bit too far behind. But watch out for that.
Goose can definitely.
Oh,
improve.
Rowan just hit the wall.
Yeah, that's the second time on this lap, man. Who's that? That looks like King Wolf stopped on track there to let another car pass when he definitely didn't need to.
Board we're tossed at the moment, we have to settle up. FTR Tom's not too far behind him either. Keeping an eye on those.
Oh, well, you know,
Michael came through Michael came through the first, and split 7/10 up on his time. And it did look quite tidy as well.
Obviously, he's got a split of a 15.6. Tom's going to get a 16.4.
I'll let you know what Tom Ferris is for very short then. Yeah, Tom for 1:14.1, 4/10 up on his current lap. He went very wide on the exit though. It's tough to run the penultimate corner, now the final corner. This will be his first lap time of the qualifying session, and what's it going to be? 49.5, going to P3, and FTR Tom behind him. What can he do? He can do a 151.9, good enough for P10.
Just one of the 3 drivers to get into the 40s. But can Tom improve on his time? Yes, he can.
Just about, almost 2 tenths down to 48.2, 1.1 seconds clear of divide in second. Here comes Michael
Collins. Well, a bit
yeah,
away with
close
the
to Tom
exit.
though. 149.5, 1.3 seconds down. Yeah, anyone stop Tom for right now? He's currently about almost 50 points clear at the top of the championship. That pole is only going to help him in his efforts to ever increase that lead.
A little bit of a kerfuffle with JLI and Michael Collins going on. They're just both completely
both
cut
corner.
into.
Yeah. Might note that down. Very minor, but still very unnecessary.
Now JLI is slowing unnecessarily. I get it. I think he doesn't have any fuel. No, he does. He has 3.4 laps.
JLI just come out first.
And now he might just have one.
Just hit the wall. On board with CTH Tom, making his debut for FTR tonight actually.
Who?
CTH Tom.
Is he Irish?
That's his first race.
Alright.
I believe he was going to make last week's race and then it was either a sudden change of heart or just couldn't make it, so...
No, he's not on the standings at least, so...
My bad one.
Oh, we got H through Cloud. He must have improved somehow.
Did you say JLI hit the wall?
He did, but it was very
Oh, no damage. He's still pushing on his outlet. He's going to start his next lap now.
Just watching some of the drivers through that chicane at the start of X2. If you are watching the stream, you can cut it a lot more. Gain about 2 or 3 tenths of what I've been watching on some of the drivers.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are getting too deep on the brakes because also it's getting slidey, isn't it? But it doesn't look like the ring's subduing anytime soon, which is a shame because it would be nice to see some fly run.
Yeah, I mean, there is a tiny bit of the drive line forming, but...
On 15 HG's got on a pretty good lap by the looks of it.
Cloud is coming on a lap good enough for P9.
There might be a few extra minutes to add on as well because of the glitch
Oh,
at the start. Dom's
lost
it.
Full left side of his front wing, I lost it.
Now it's to limp round for another lap. He's gonna
Probably
get
the
out
worst.
like a cloud.
Probably the worst place to crash on that lap. Either there or the last corner of the wall. Cloud did it. 50.7 it is the Q10.
JLI says 7 tenths up on my screen.
Yep, me too. And actually the rain has just stopped. So I wonder, with 2 minutes left on Michael, I wonder if they've got enough time on theirs so that the track will dry up. Either way, the sun is still going to be coming down as the track gets less green.
JLI's carried on.
Yeah, they must have more than enough time. Yeah, but that just looks so much more quick than it was 5 minutes ago.
Rowan up by 8 tenths.
49.2, now within a second of Tom up front.
Tom 619.
Yep,
Into the
he's
end of
going
his
to
lap.
improve. 49.4.
Very
Really impressive
close.
performance for his debut. And probably what I'd say is one of the most competitive kids at least.
Yeah, I'd say the tier 2 is most competitive, and then tier 1 is still my least competitive, I'd say, but I think it's true in a way, and there's tier 3 in the middle.
I'd argue to that the F2 tier was more competitive as there was only 2 protagonists for quite a while in the championship. He's
Obviously it's
crashed.
now, obviously it's on Jailers in the Thomas car.
Tompers, yeah,
Very
he's
strange.
He must have hit the wall, back wheel.
Exit of the pits, maybe?
No, I think he just started his lap because he was on his out lap about a minute ago.
It's about where Moggs is now.
Oh, Rowan spun, hit his wing. That's a shame. He was on a flying lap as well. One of the mistakes is closing a lap, it's JLI. No, he must have something wrong. It's coming in. I wonder how much time they've got left then. Because we loaded in probably a minute and a half. Before they did. Yeah, it's just 3 minutes remaining now, so I believe they probably got those 3 minutes as their actual time, and then it would go for a 3-minute countdown. That's usually what it does.
So when any cars get a chance to come out on soft tyres, I don't think there's time.
I think maybe someone near the back might risk it. If they've got nothing to lose, really. And if it does well, then it's very likely that it's going to be Paul.
Oh, Tom. He's just lost it.
Another Tom in 619's part of the pits.
Tomper extends his pole position advantage by 2 tenths.
So I'm trying to figure out, is that an AI
JLI's
driving?
got checkered flag, so perhaps not as much time as we thought. Critical divide still on a lap.
That probably explain why everyone stayed out.
Tomper's still driving them.
This divide's got the rev glitch.
Yeah, I imagine temperatures driving back because as you would be. I think the safest divide might be the only one left on the lap, other than Houston maybe.
Not anymore. DRS is enabled out.
Yeah, it looks like McCuskey's in terms of being completely knackered. Yeah, he's 2.5 seconds down. And I think the track's at the point now where the dry tyres are the quickest. Hence the spin from divide, and it looks to be very minimal for Magusti, especially on the rears right now. But that seems to be it. FTR, Tomper and JLI with, I think, another Mercedes front row lockout.
Yeah, I'll be happy with that. Tomper's showing his dominance for 1.2 seconds clear of the field.
Yeah, they'd be very confident about it, especially going into the race. We don't know if it's dry or wet. But it's wet, he's going to be confident knowing he's at least 1.2 seconds quicker than the next quickest person. Per lap, that is.
Yeah, saying the constructs at the minute, yeah, it's another one where Mercedes are dominating. I am correct. Yeah. Let me get the numbers in. They are currently leading by 52 points to Alfa Romeo and then further 10 points back to Red Bull.
Unfortunate to see Cloud down in P10. I think there was a photo earlier in the week of him reminiscing of when Chappers was still in Tier 3 and they got a 1-2 in quali for Monza, if you guys can remember that. And I think that just highlights how much more competitive this grid has got and the improvement in the current drivers that have been here since the start as well.
Yeah. It could be a good idea to maybe rerun well, not rerun for the points, but do the first race again and just see some of the times on some of the drivers. Could be a fun thing to do in between the game cycles.
It is a dry race.
Or with a free choice of tyre, then what strategies do you reckon they'll do?
Well, they've got to be doing a one-stop minute if everyone's got a free tyre choice. I mean, I think if I was in the top 5, you've got to go for it if you want to compete for the win. But anyone behind, if they're going to be aggressive, there's no reason why not, I guess. I mean, especially if you're near the back, you've got nothing to lose, have you? There's only 13 people on the grid. So, even if you get 3 retirements, you're guaranteed points. And no disrespect to the drivers, but it's Vietnam. One of the least raced tracks on this game, I think, if you pull up the statistics of all of the online players. So I think we're bound to get some sort of instance, whether it be first lap or general fatigue. How many laps is this race? Is it 20 something? 20? I won't say 29. Chris, do you know?
It's 28.
28.
I've done 100% race and that is incorrect.
So I'm getting predicted pit stop strategies here of hard, soft, and of equal stint length.
Alright, so...
Okay then, Codemasters.
But it's very interesting to see the tyre choices for everyone. We've got Tomper, JLI, Migusi and Cloud all on softs, and everyone else, that's divided CTH, Tom, Tosti, Michael, Dom15, Mulks, Rowan, FTR, Tom and King all on mediums. So I wonder if Tomper is confident enough that he can get away with an extra pit stop. And JLI
I'm surprised that there's... in the Mercedes garage, they're on the same strategy, because I know these two communicate in the races, so I'm surprised one isn't on the mediums. Any race winning predictions for any of you two?
Well, I done my prediction a few weeks ago, and I think I'm going to keep it open. I think you've got to put your money on either of the Mercedes, because, I mean, qualifying showed they're just class of the field. If I had to pick one specifically, you got to go for Tomper, but let's not forget last weekend, Dom 15 in his second race, I think he did the alternate, and it worked for him. He's going to try the alternate this week. And I think he'll be the underdog, but I'm going to put my money on Tomper.
Yeah, I think you've got to go with Tom for 1.2 seconds clear in qualifying, albeit in the rain. But they say rain's an equaliser as well, so I think it's going to be, if not him, it's going to be one of the Mercedes.
I'm gonna go with the podium of Tomper, CTH Tom, and JLO.
Well, there you have it, guys. General consensus that Mercedes are going to do well. Let's have our fingers crossed that there won't be any civil war. And let's hope for a clean, well, race as a whole. But let's hope the start is. It's got to be one of the most poorly designed corners, but Callum will lead us to it with the all-Lambic countdown.
Alright. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go here at Vietnam for the first and last Tier 3 race.
Both Mercedes with excellent starts there. That's the softer compounds for you. Because it seems as everyone's got through cleanly as such.
Michael
no
Collins, VSC.
I've just seen King Wolves and FTR Tom hit under the VSC. I wonder if they get penalties from that.
King Wall's damage left hand plate.
Tom really not capitalising on that start over his teammate. Closest gap in the field currently.
Yeah, well, Matthew's just playing the Delta route, waiting for the straight to use the throttle. That gain
Once
doesn't
you
matter.
do go green.
We've gone green now, but a massive gainer from that was Magusi up to P5, 3 places already.
Oh, Marks and Rowan and Michael Collins. You can see 3 wide moments that have been ERS on for a couple of years. This will be very interesting. You can tell he's using it at certain points. Saw its contact. That was close.
This is almost 4 line. It's like an arrow going to the corner, or a diamond, I should say. But Mike on the inside there completely clothers the curve on the inside, but gets away with it. Rowan stays ahead, and looks like Mog stays ahead.
Michael Collins trying it again. Very deep.
Yeah. He's lucky to get away with that after running pretty much off the track.
And he's made huge contact, holds up King Wolves a little bit, still fighting it.
Oh no,
He's made contact with King Wolves.
I think that's a racing incident because as Wolves decided not to come to the pitch, that huge wing damage, very weird. But King Wolves saw that he hit the wall, and chose not to slow down and drive around, but we'll see watch that after the race because quite a few drivers did. Hosty and Cloud joined Rowan, they must have had wing damage as well, unfortunately. And I think they both started on softs. Yeah, that'd be really good for them to put the mediums on as it's on the softs actually, but Pomper, second lap, he's almost full 2 seconds already. Albeit using a bit more ERS, but still 2 seconds in 2 laps, or 1 lap and a half, I'd say. TTH Thomas debut up to P3 already as well. Leader of the alternate strategy runners.
Got Mr. Magusi on the back of the divide.
You do?
No, we
I
are
think this
resting.
is where we'll start seeing differences in setup because that straight is so long. If you're running a low down for the setup, the advantage is just exacerbates so much more because you've got more tarmac to use it on. But if he's running a low down for the setup, you'll see through this sector the divide start to pull away a bit more. Both on different strategies, I'd say actually. So
Magusi
shouldn't hinder him too much, but yeah.
mistake.
We use out this a bit of time to divide, as you can see. Seems to be struggling a bit like Cloud to get the car turned in at first attempt.
It was Magusi just hits the wall there a little bit. Right side of the car.
Straight top at almost 3.5 seconds clear. King Wolves comes into the pits finally, gets a speeding penalty. Once he does it,
With DRS active then, can we see Magusi spring onto the back of the divide into sector 2? And has Magusi got wing damage from that? Seemed very understeering.
yeah, why that might just be the low down set, but I think he may be running. But both him and Divide go really deep into that. Kane was
A
Divide.
little bit of a moment
Oh.
on divide. I think he wanted a DRS in some
Yeah.
way by making a mistake on accident. But
because he was having none of that. He can stick behind the right, get a rev, which I'll stick off of him. I'd rather keep my hero. And there should be a pretty simple way to send it to the divide. Perfect defending, really. Parks to the middle of the track, all leaves Goosey no choice but to hang back. But
he does run wide on the exit.
Yeah, divide.
That with the wall.
Spends more time off the track than on the track. That just means he's going to send it. He's left the
Sends
room.
it to
Oh,
the
divides.
inside.
Divides should have damage on the right from him, but that's probably why he just a bit more time.
So this battling's bringing Dom 15 HD into play.
Yeah. Dom on the mediums as well, so he'll want to get past Magusi as quick as possible as Dom and Magusi's rears look as if they've already gone.
Much smoother steering on Dom's car. Is he one on wheel? Because it looks like it.
Yeah, it is. You can tell by the wheel at the steering angle. Top of that, 5.2 seconds for that. I think we're just going to keep seeing that build and build, aren't we?
Yeah, unless he makes a stupid mistake, I reckon he'll have this.
Dom picking up a bit of an unnecessary warning there, cutting the corner. Didn't need to do it.
Magusi tries to stay to the inside of divide, but doesn't work.
I think Dom's just got to play the patient game here. Let Magusi do the dirty work and get the scraps.
Or just go get past both of them in one fell swoop down the straight.
He's very low on ERS though, so I doubt that'll be the case. Magusi's much closer to the back of divide than he was in the previous lap. And it looks like he's going to pass him before the DRS zone.
Oh, his contact. That's
This is
very...
exactly what I was talking about before the race. Because the straight's so narrow, it's so hard to predict where the cars are going to be. And divide still parks in the middle. Because he sends it to the inside though. Gets the position.
Very difficult if it is too wide into that happens. The exit is very difficult. Well, you can't fit two cars in there, otherwise one drifts off to the right and spins.
Yeah, it's all because that curb on the right. If the curb wasn't there, it allowed you to run all the way to the wall at the time, but because the track designers thought about just really hampering the drivers instead and ruining the races, the curb exists. But his device coming to pits, he must have hit this. He's got more damage.
Exactly what was on about with that hairpin there. Can't get through with two cars and barely gets the move done.
Yeah, things are sort of stabilised, things coming through at the moment. CTH Tom's going to be happy that no one's interfering with his hopes to try the alternate strategy, but Magusi's able to try and defend Dom behind him as his softs sort of come to the mid to end of their life. His divides go onto the hards. I wonder if he's going to try and get to the end on those. Be very ambitious if he can.
If he does, then hats off. And then he could be anticipating a safety car, but just wants to be safe.
Interesting strategy, but how much slower per lap will he be over even people that are still on their used softs?
Probably quite considerably. No disrespect to him, it's not his face, it's the title. One of the tracks, like Vietnam, a bit like Monaco, it just requires that actual grip from the tyre. And if the tyre doesn't provide it, you're just going to lose more time, more likely to make mistakes as well.
I'm watching Cloud and Rowan's fight. Cloud was just going straight on in that chicane. Lost about 1.5 seconds to Rowan.
Yellow flag.
Oh. Logs.
FTR
or
Tom. Oh no! So he hit the wall,
Oh,
he tried to the wall to turn around and hit his whole front wing off. That's VSC. Perfect opportunity for Mr. Magusi to come into the pits.
Yeah, this is going to help his race.
He'll get the full advantage of that as well, I doubt it will.
He'll come out behind Moggs, I believe. Which is going to have him in pretty good position. Depends what tires yeah, go on the medium, so he's going to do soft medium then.
As we get to the end of this very quirky exit.
As we go green as well.
Tom tries to take advantage, but he definitely doesn't get that. Sacrificing him on the mediums as well. That's his second stop in 6 laps.
That's such a shame as well, because the VSC is brought out for him, but as soon as he comes into the pits, the VSC ends. So it's a real shame for him. But
Got King Wolves. Pressure and Cloud. Tractor versus Tractor.
softs versus mediums.
That as well.
Class
Really
just didn't have the confidence to turn the car in.
He's known the DRS on this straight, interestingly.
Okay, Wolves
Very deep.
sent it.
I'll write that down in the...
Well, if he did get past there,
Very
he's
close to the wall.
definitely going to get past it. Is he going to go before the zone? He's got to be sensible here, as where he chooses to go. Cloud in space to the left. Wolves takes it up. Oh, this King Wolves just come back across that along the track. Started to break right from him. That's something you should never do, whether it's in game or real life, because that's really dangerous. But Cloud sends it down the inside, out of the chicane. Gets it done. Oh, bit of contact there, catches it perfectly though. But unfortunately, Wolves has passed, and he's gonna. But with the softs, he might start walking down the road. We'll see how this unfolds.
Yeah, I think Wolves tried to come back onto the racing line to take his normal route through the corner, but in that situation, he
just
should have
can't do
took the compromise line because Cloud still needed the room to brake.
And especially if I don't want to assume, I'm pretty sure Cloud's one of the drivers that heavily rely on the braking line as well. So if you've got a car pulling right in front of you and you can't see the line, it's incredibly difficult. As FTR Tom spun again, and he's hit his way. And as he passed the pit, he's just past the pits, but he's going to have to do another lap of the broken line. It's really unfortunate. He's definitely got a day to forget.
I wouldn't be surprised if when he does come into the pits it's to retire.
You never know. There's still 21 laps to go. Quickly save the car.
Don't forget yesterday, Callum was last by a minute in one race. And managed to come and finish P5 in it due to a late safety car.
I'm trying to
never
not
give up.
remember that race.
FTR Heidfeld's in the chat saying Tomper, JLI and Magusi for the podium.
Yeah, Magusi's been quite consistent this race. I reckon we could see it unfold into his favour. Especially if we see a safety car now, he could inherit track position, maybe get up onto that podium already, but another name worth mentioning is Tom.
Yeah, because Magusi's hit onto those mediums, he's in a net battle with all those other medium tyre runners. So he's catching up to Moggs now. So if he can get in with Moggs and Michael, that puts him in a good shout to be in contention for both alternate and the normal strategy runners for a good haul of points here.
Ooh. Cloud making contact with the wall. Very lucky not to get one damage. Interestingly, once he hit the wall, he kept steering into it, but yeah, if he wants to scrape the wall, then he can scrape the wall. Talking about the super fine pressuring the Williams with Moss.
Yeah, Moggs has a lot of DRS to defend with it as soon as Magusi gets in the DRS range.
As we suspected, Tom is in again.
Fortunately, he's not giving up. I like to see that.
On the softs. Now we got a critical divide closing right to the back of Class D.
Divide on those hards too. I'm not quite sure why it says Tosti's socks and 5 laps off, because he pitted on the end of lap 1 for those. So how on earth is the game worked out that those are only 5 lap old socks?
I don't know. Good team haven't got any penalties for collision or corner cutting. Obviously we've got King Wolves at that 1.5 seconds for speeding, but
Yeah, why? probably one of the only tracks in the game where it's easy not to get a warning from. One thing is the divide makes the look. The inside of the hostage chooses better of it, because you've got a lot of corners in the first sector where you could go wide maybe, or cut a chicane, but apart from that, it's pretty much just a tunnel track, because the walls are there as divide does get past. Not without a little scare from Totsi though.
I'm not sure if he's going right or left then for a second.
Yeah, it's pretty tough for Totsi now though, because he's got a really good opportunity to get back.
Oh, Magusi on Moggs. Sorry to interrupt, but it's left or right. Choose it right. Into the hairpin. Can he send it around the outside? Pins Moggs into the hairpin.
Really good.
Very good.
Yeah,
I'm surprised he got the traction down there.
Yeah, around the outside is the best option now though, because you force the other driver to pinch that inside curb, and that really, although you said more traction for Goose, it's going to be even worse for Moggs, because he's got to put full power down with one tyre to do like 45-degree angle on the curb.
Oh, I was saying good traction, because you see the on the curb. I'm surprised how he... As Tom from JLI are in for a double stack, but they are that far away that it doesn't really matter at this point.
Yeah, I don't think it hindered the gap dimensions. All Tom has come out just ahead of CT8's Tom, and that means he's pretty much on for a what's the Grand Chelem at the moment if he leaves every lap. But I wonder if CTH Tom is going to think we're going to move down this back straight with DRS. He's got less DRS, but he's got... You'd like to think he's got a lot of grit and determination to try and make a move to the lead. He's got Dom right behind him as well though.
Dom, Tom and Tompa.
Oh, he's not going to be in DRS to pull up. The gap has already moved up to a second.
As Dom hit 0 ERS, he's still using overtake, trying for more, but... Left or right?
Squeeze all the juice out of the battery. Tom goes really deep, Dom moves to the inside.
Very close there between the two. Overtake on again. Really needs to learn that he isn't really going to make a move, so what's the point? But Moggs and Magusi still quite close as well, but I think we'll see Magusi pull away on those fresh mediums.
Tompa's pulled 2 seconds in pretty much 3/4 of a lap to Tom here. Albeit Tom's on the battling, but still almost 3 seconds clear out front now.
Michael Collins is still on 9-lap-old mediums.
Very early because he must have wing down surely. Check this tracker. He doesn't, very weird. JLI now inherits 4th and he's got a bit of a gap, almost 9 seconds to catch up to Dom and Tom ahead.
No, just in for an actual pit stop. Medium to softs.
I wonder if he's trying that medium soft strategy, but we've got suggested along with hard soft.
Toss decent.
JLI always loses it.
I think we'll see Dom make a move here with his 10% ERS. But I think it will still be enough with DRS.
Yeah, Tom's only got 20.
Both of those is already on.
Yeah, they're both going to use... Yeah, it looks like they're going to hit 0 before the DRS is even in play. So let's see if the closing speed is enough. It looks to be around about almost 10 miles per hour difference, but it's not enough. And Dom
switch back again.
Perhaps?
No. But Moggs and Magusi, left or right? He chooses right. Magusi later on the brakes by a significant amount. Moggs trying to switch back perhaps, but Moggs is...
That was
so unlucky.
That was an insane catch. Dom, another insane catch as well there. It losing the car, drifting it around that right-hander at the end of sector sprint.
Yeah, we got a message in the chat from one of the esports drivers, FTR story, saying Tompa, he is the best racer since Benotto. I didn't know I died. It's nice to know. But it's nice seeing the chat that Tom's getting encouragement from quite a lot of drivers for the race win, and his pace right now is definitely convincing me about you guys that seems to be better there.
Yeah, unless see there's a Leclerc, I know he loves the man as he finally cuts them, but
Yeah, I don't know if I told
Yes,
you
no, I'm
this,
stupid.
guys, but he's actually got a Charlotte Leclerc bedding in his room. Charlotte Leclerc dressing gown as well.
Well,
I think to
interesting
dress
developments before the Tier 2 race.
What's happened?
Someone wearing Charles Leclerc bedding or something like that, or pyjamas, as Dom goes for the move on Tom.
Oh no, I was making a joke about, oh, there's a Williams around. It looks like FTR Tom again. It is. He's stuck at the
Switch
wall.
back from Tom.
Oh, very close. Tom almost pushing Dom into the wall. Sorry if you can't
Tom down
distinguish
the
what
Oh,
inside.
Tom again.
I might refer to them as Haas and Ferrari because I imagine on screen this could sound very similar.
Yeah. Sorry if I was trying to confuse you earlier, Chris. I was just making a joke about Tom having Charlotte Leclerc bedding.
Oh, I thought we were on about our resident esports driver, that's why I referenced
no.
Tier 2. There's Dom and Tom.
He rules.
Having a really
FTR
good battle
Tom is
here.
strong again. But
Yeah, I
King
haven't he
Wolves
does actually retire now.
around the outside of Heathrow Cloud into turn 4 again. Tapping him again.
There's FTR Tom managed to crash the entry.
He does go in. And he has inside. Heathrow Cloud now. DRS active, 0% ERS. Very common theme. About 10 miles an hour over speed. Left or right. Chooses through absolutely wildly of a dive. Forcing King Wolves wide. Barely makes it stick, but Dom and Tom, the son of Ferrari.
Tom's going to come back, doesn't know. He's still got ERS to spare, looks to the inside.
Oh, very close.
Really.
Safety
Tom
car.
Retired, safety car. Dom's passed
Dom
Tom with the
does
safety
all its
car as well.
contact.
He's got the move done.
Tom's just I hope they don't get a penalty from that.
I think it's just light enough, but ooh, just spectate
Really lucky
Dom's
from-
car. Look
really
at
lucky
where
from
Flower's
Dom.
DNF'd. And this plays
Beyond
into his
the
pit
middle.
strategy as well. Look,
Oh,
quite a
that
scare.
That really gave Dom a scare, that did.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see all of the medium runners into the pits. Yep. As Dom and Tom makes a very late call. Will we see the likes of JLI and Magusi there? I think Magusi maybe.
Yeah, like stays out. What's Magusi gonna do? Magusi's in.
Yeah, he goes in. Mark's a definite one to come in.
Yeah, I think the reason Tom for JLI have stayed out is because their tyres are, I don't say new, but they're only 5 laps old. 5 laps? 5 laps.
Oh, Michael
Yeah,
Collins
about
gets the penalty. Well then. This is interesting for Tom. We saw at the start of the race he didn't really pull away from JLI. But,
Yeah, he did.
yeah, he did, but not immediately. He was still
Well, in his defence, the VSC came out after 2 corners.
true.
I'm
sure.
pretty confident they'll pull away. Swift and safety cars, and those are going to be quite a lengthy one as Rowan. As King Wolves, King Wolves already been lapped. Yeah, he's already won the safety car. Rowan's just going through the last corner now. So I think it's going to be quite a lengthy, so maybe 2-3 more laps.
Cloud saying he got some oversteer and he tried to save the car, but he went the other way and he said bye bye to no DNFs this season. Very annoyed. Yeah, now that JLI has to get past the lapped car of Wolves, unless Wolves comes in, which he already has, so I highly doubt he will. We're gonna see Tom pull away again. He lets JLI through, interestingly. He's letting everyone through.
Yeah, to be
This
fair
doesn't-
to the rules, there's nothing wrong with that. The only issue is if the other drivers now get warnings and penalties for that, he's going to be, as he's now...
And now he has to re-overtake.
Yeah, this is what I'm just saying, because now if these drivers get penalties, fortunately for them, they're catching it, so they're going to get removed, but King Wolves is going to inherit them for these guys, because, yeah, he's shooting out the way, but you can't do it in the game. It doesn't allow, he's trying to do it now, it's on a goosey. You cannot do it in the game. The game doesn't like him. But I think because he's slowing down the game, unfortunately, say to the other drivers, the other drivers too slow go past. But it's still something you should do after the safety cars come in.
Yeah, not the kind of thing that we want to see. Hopefully no one's picked up any warnings or penalties from it.
It does look like, unfortunately.
We've got Tossie closing up now. Looks like the safety car comes in.
Agreed.
It's off track to let Tossie through. We'll see how again. How's he gonna do it this time? Looks off track again to let round by. Now it's only. Oh, critical dividers hit the wall. Could see out for one further lap then if he comes into the pits. And he does.
No, it's unlikely to wait for him this time. Because the game only allows a certain amount of time for cars to catch up. So I think it will be, now that the cars have passed, will be this lap that the safety cars in. Which really narrows the opportunity for Tomper and JLI to pull away as much as they need to get their final stopping. So I think that would mean that unless there's no way Dom's going to get in on this soft, so unless they're going to pit again, I'd say CTH Tom's looking the best at the moment, unless Tomper and JLI have the pace to pit and catch him back up.
King also just said, I'm now being lapped by everyone. Well, you wouldn't are if you didn't let everyone through.
Yeah, well, he was last anyway.
As it goes very overfast.
Raid at the end, question mark. If King was always surprised to back a row.
This could be an interesting one if it is right at the end. I imagine the drivers wouldn't have even saw rain because of the safety car. How will Tom restart though? Because it is a very long restart on this through the twisty turn, twisty sector, sorry. There we go, safety car is in, his critical point barely catches up.
Yeah, I think it's likely that Tom is going to go out of the penultimate corner. Give himself enough time to warm the tyres up and leave everyone enough time to react as well. Hopefully no one tries to make a move into the last corner.
Hopefully not.
Viewers are saying that 13 laps on soft's tricky. puncture territory. Or will it rain? Might need to make another pit stop anyway.
This Tompa does go.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good jump on them as well. JLI got a really good jump on Dom as well, I think. Dom's going to really want to capitalise those softs. See what he can do with Goosey on Tom at the heart as well. Let's see how that unfolds. Goosey really napped in that curve.
We got
the back of the side here, but focus back to the front.
Dom right on the back of JLI.
Yeah, let's speak about the overcast conditions this time last lap. Calendar's got considerably darker, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Contact with Magusi and CTH Tom, when they get away with it.
Dom and JLI are both respectively catching up on the big time in the straight as well. Because the slipstream
Dom to the outside.
Ooh,
JLI's
JLI
really
close.
down the brakes.
Considerably later on the brakes. Switch back though through the hairpin. Squeezes them out. Really good, I would say.
Really unfortunate the JLI got shoved out. Well, he didn't get shoved out, but he drifted wide onto the curb there. Really poor traction, allowed down through on the inside of the softy
Got
tyres.
a
Pretty
train
obvious to get up to cover now.
behind CTH Tom on.
There's Moggs and Mukusi trying to go sub. Oh no, it's Mukusi's right arm. I don't know if that was prompted by the tap from Moggs, but he has spun, and that's a real shame. He
was in a really good position.
Yeah. Kim Will's speed is a bit advertised. Mukusi's also in.
Got a quick revive, making the move on to get Totti into turn 1.
Now that Kim Will's in retirement, that means everyone's scoring points at least.
Yeah, 10 laps to go. Will they all finish?
Michael Corey's trying to back him up, yeah. Dom not allowing Tompa to drive away with it either.
Flag in sector 1.
Yeah, it's just
Side cars.
Kim Will's. Just a thought I've just had, I wonder if there is rain coming now, because that would explain why those medium runners went onto the softs rather than onto the hards, I think. So if you
Yeah.
agree.
I mean, rain
Dom's-
really spiced up this race.
Dom's pretty close up to Tompa.
Got Marks really closing up to Tom as well.
There were four-way fight before the CTH Tom Moggs Michael and Divide.
Got DRS again, but how long will we have DRS for at this rate? Because considerably darker than last lap again.
Yeah, and if you look at
Oh,
the actual
Michael Collins with
clouds,
a late move on Marks. Can he stick around the outside
yeah,
of turn
no.
2?
not on the outside, Divide's going to stick to the inside of Michael though. Almost flipping his rear wheel there, lucky to get away with it. But yeah, these cloud colours can sting you, but it's not just in the overcast that'll change it. And in the actual rain, weather's going to be too little too late to prompt a tyre switch, we'll see, but it's likely at the moment. Divide almost spins there, gets a penalty unfortunately. Even though you're trying to save the car.
Track extending penalty. Lap 19.
Dom on Tompa. Huge closing speed here. Tompa defends to the inside. Dom looks to the outside. He gets to switch back on this. Tompa really defensively sort of playing the car in the middle of the track. Ooh, as Tompa looks like he had a little bit of a disconnect there. Oh no, I can't believe he's disconnected or not.
I think he has. He's got an X on his name. I'm on board with Dom. He's gone.
Oh no.
Now he's in third.
He's in
He
third.
is-
I think he's in third.
Oh, he's...
I wonder if he... I thought he retired then. It's Kim
Yeah,
Wolves
so-
leaves the session. What is going on here?
What tyres do you put on? Softs. I don't think there is rain then, because then he wouldn't pit onto softs now that there's rain in the next few laps, would he? He would have stuck out on the mediums unless he hit the wall. Actually, he didn't because he didn't change the wheel.
Michael
It's a real shame
Collins.
for the championship leader then. What was going to be quite easy, someone's got a race win, or definite podium, has now turned into a fight for P. That's going to be P8 if he catches up to Rowan.
Well, Michael Collins gets forced to the inside by Marks, gets a warning definitely then.
Divides the inside of Michael now, after going wide. Makes it work. This is going to be a huge DRS train here. It's going to have him close to the back of JLI as well. With the real bottleneck for this is Tom on those cards, who's got 3% ERS. There's going to be huge overspeed here from Morgs.
I think we're seeing go to the outside into the hairpin.
Not enough
Has a
space.
look, but as you said, not enough space.
Oh, it was divided a little there. Opposite rear, fortunately no contact, or no real contact or spin. But if Dom can get these softs to the end, that's going to be 2 wins, 2 races, 2 alternate strategies. You can see from the bottom range that Ferrari got Tom's, but those cars just have really no grip as JLI's into the pits as well. I wonder why he's into the pits. Because those mediums can definitely get to the end.
Yeah, really strange. Just
Well, what's
Michael
happening?
hits the wall.
Mercedes disaster question mark?
No, there's something you don't hear very often.
Oh, divides just T-boned the back of Moggs. He's got damage. Just couldn't get the car slowed down.
What if that's due to the drop in temperature of the track? Michael's falling back with that wing damage too. This leaves it with an even playing field for Michael and Divide now take the pressure off Moggs as he focuses his attack on the Ferrari of Tom. Tosti's going to want to pick up on the scraps. These guys ahead of us now as well. March rather, I can see DS Tom now. It looks like he's going to pass him before the DRS surface suit. Tom leaves the space on the left. And he's going to get the move done pretty easy here. I wonder if there's 6 laps left to go.
Michael Collins. Oh, he's been tapped around. He got ghosted then.
Yeah, I just caught it in the background as Moggs was getting past Tom. So Tom can catch up to the back of Rowan now. So he had a flag in sector 3.
It's Moggs.
Oh no! About a car length away from the pit lane.
You can see him now, he's just in front of Rowan and Tom here. Rowan goes in deep, Tom takes advantage. Michael Collins retires. Tom with the fastest lap. Is that going to bring out a safety car?
You're on about Michael Collins' retirement. He was in the pits.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why he retired in the pits. That was P4. And he's... I'm sure we'll get an explanation.
It does not look like Moggs has any wing damage. He must just span the car. So Tosti now finds himself on the podium. Himself and Tom will definitely be going to the end on those hard tyres.
We're
What
on
about Dom?
JLI.
McLaren just had a bit of a moment then, tapping the wall. Just Tompa with another fastest lap.
He's really closing on Tosti here. Almost 2 seconds on that last lap. I think he's going to get that P3 place. It's only a further 3 seconds after that to Tom.
That was divide for tyres from the session.
Yeah, no,
Still
it's
would have got points.
13 become 8. Is Tompa's pace really showing here? He was 2 points under seconds back at the start of the lap, and now he's in DRS over Tosti.
Insane. He's gonna
As
get
indeed.
past him, yeah, so-
One middle sector.
Goes in quicker.
It's interesting the whole field don't have any penalties. I've probably just cursed someone.
Bumper now on the back on the RS active. Bumper has less race.
Yeah, it looks like he's pretty set for P2 here, so he'll still be happy, but it would be what he wanted, wouldn't it? He would have wanted that win. And if
I'm
it
still
weren't for that
he
lap
said that he wanted a top 2, but the way that he got P2, definitely won't be happy. I think that reflects in the podium interview that we'll see him in shortly.
yeah, well, in second place of the championship is Tosti as Tompa gets past Tom there. Not really much space left by Tom, but that's the nature of the corner. Never going to be a pretty move, but as I was saying, Tosti's P2 in the championship. As long as Tom is beating him, he's extending the lead. That's all that matters. You happy with that?
True that.
A lot of drivers fortunate with bad starts to the races with none of the safety car and other people retiring, really bring them back into the picture. Tosti specifically, after pitting at the end of lap 1, done P12, now at P4, but they're having to stay ahead of JLI, who's closing in fast on softs. JLI was 1.5 seconds quicker on that lap as well.
I think it's going to be taking away that P4 from Tosti quite shortly. As Tompa picks up a 3-second penalty.
Won't really affect anything unless he doesn't miraculously close the gap into Tom.
No, he's taken
not
3
Tom, Dom.
seconds in 1 lap from Dom.
Well, if he kept up with that, it'd be around 1.5 seconds off, but with the penalty 4.5, so I think Dom will see this out.
Yeah, I think so too. Can JLI get himself onto the podium? Tosti defends. Good car placement. It's going to compromise his exit big time. Yeah. He's got away with it.
Could we see Dom moving up to tier 2? Now that is a question to be asking.
I think tier 2's full.
True. but could we see us? It's
No, it's
something
too late
worth
to sort.
mentioning.
It's too late for him that now.
Yeah, see how they sort someone else on fair on them.
I think he'll be in there for consideration for season 3. But again, all depends on who gets
At
the
least
next
tier
tier.
3. At least for tier 3 it makes it more interesting rather than Tom running away with it. Albeit it's been a bit of luck and fortune on Dom's side with both races. His JLI does take positive before.
But notice how he started on the alternate strategy and now he's winning again. I know, as you were just saying, I wouldn't say most of it, but partially down to luck.
Yeah, well, if Tom didn't have his slight disconnect, he would have lost about 5 seconds. Maybe think that now, 5 seconds, I'd make that 2 seconds now. I'd definitely spice things up.
JLo's got 2.2 to Tom. Can he close it
Oh,
in?
Toski's gone.
He's hit his winning as well. He was really close to the back of JLI there. I didn't know how he didn't spin JLI around, let alone.
Multiple inheritance.
Quite sure how he spun. Yeah, I think. I don't know if Toski's going to stay out, but if he does stay out, he'll still be P6 with the looks of it. Real shame because he could have stayed on P4 there if he defended a bit better to JLI. So his halves just didn't want to keep on giving. JLI looking to catch on the back of Tom here, which would double Mercedes podium still. Yeah, it's just almost 2 seconds quicker than Tom on that lap. Yeah, still closing out front though. What it takes is one big mistake from Tom. And Tom was right behind him. Highly unlucky now that we're on the penultimate lap though, unfortunately, for entertainment purposes.
JLI in DRS range now on Tom. See Tom struggling with those hard tyres.
I imagine
Can't
he'll
slide him around.
slide on.
JLI's only got 6% ERS. Saying that, Tom's only got 8.
I think he'll hold off, but you know he'll have the pace on the last lap, but...
Well, that leaves it only one real main opportunity for overtaking. That exact same place, he's going to want to stay and move in a little bit more closer to the back of Tom. He really closes up there, much looser on the brakes than Tom. This will be the part of the lap where he gains most of his time, hards versus softs.
You say that,
Just needs to
there
get away
is
paces,
30
though.
as well, so...
No, you'd like to think 2 compound softener. The newer tyres would mitigate that, but obviously not. It's definitely a bit closer there. Wonder if he's going to make the move even before the back straight. If he does, that's going to put Tom in a really good position to come back past. Or wonder if he's going to play strategical, not use any ERS or any extra fuel, and stick behind in this next DRS, and we'll see. Watch the ERS product from him. He's choosing to use it. Is he?
They both did.
Poor
They
move
both did.
from JLI, but I think this is only going to hamper him as he's going to look to make the move. Would you look at that? He's now wasted about 10% ERS for a failed move and sort of sacrificed a bit of a extra distance he could have caught on Tom there, but he's still got 1 ERS now and he's still closer than last time, so I think it's still been pretty easy overtake. Tom moves to the left pretty early.
If he
moves to
places
the
it
middle.
well, if he placed that on the right hand side on the apex, I reckon he could have still been looking at the P3 finish, but...
JLI gets it though.
He did try and send
down
it.
the inside.
Oh!
Tom
Yes,
for
the power.
He's still
Dom
there.
as well.
He's closed right up. Look at that. We go around the outside here in the last sector.
Tom absolutely sent one to the inside of JLI then. Half spin from JLI, but just about
It's
caught
Tom
it.
is literally pushing. Oh, he's going to make a move here. Come around the
Oh, he's going into the last corner, why?
Oh! Really good stuff, Tom. But unfortunately, still got the penalty, and it's not going to make it work. Dom takes the win from Tom, but JLI just managing to keep Tom behind in the last sector. He's going to kind of take P3 to double Mercedes podium. Tom in his debut picks up P4, really good race from him. Really fair defending as well, which is always great to see. Tosti being across the line.
Tosti.
Yeah, Moggs with that win now, keeping Moggs behind even.
Just.
They both make it 56 respectively. Just Rowan and Goose to go now.
Goosey looked in such a good position at the start of this race, but now the last of the points finished. I'll send out the podium invites.
Rowan making it 4 positions. Yeah, I think Goosey will as well. He had a really good start to the race, but the spin prompted by, I can't remember who it was, but it was prompted by someone for a sector 3. He's still going to take home points though, we'll see.
Split decision on driver of the day. It's Dom or Tom, but
yeah, really unfortunate. I think if it went for that, he definitely would have won. We just wait for
is
Dom
that everyone
to join.
in the party?
Nah, Dom doesn't join.
He's got a dodgy microphone, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, you're right.
You might have took our advice and went on the Xbox app.
I'll let you guys do the interview.
No way, it seems a bit better than last week. Maybe not. Yeah, you might have to mute yourself when you're not talking, so we don't hear ourselves 3 times. Thank you. Well, I think we'll start with JLI, bottom of the podium. Started second, finished P3. How'd it happen?
Well, quality, I think it was a quite solid quality. I mean, obviously, Brandon about 1.2 seconds ahead, which was stupid. I think we just lost it to Dom again with his strategy. Same in Russia. I have no idea how he managed to make those softs last about 16 laps, but I mean, fair play to him.
Yeah, we were quite surprised as well. I mean, we thought rain was coming because it went from pretty light at the start to what looked like borderline rainy conditions, and we were sure that there was going to be some sort of rain. But then when Brandon or Topper hit the end of the sauce, that sort of cancelled that hope. But still, podium. I think it's what, 3rd, maybe 4th podium in a row now. So you still got to be happy with that.
Yeah.
Not many people enjoy Vietnam, so I think they'll be happy moving on to a better track like Spa as well next weekend. So we'll move on to Tompa. Really unfortunate. I wouldn't call it a disconnect, but we'll call it a Wi-Fi malfunction. Which I think it's safe to say lost you about 5 seconds and ultimately cost you the win. But apart from that, I think we can all agree it was a very dominant driving quality and the race.
Yeah, I'm just so annoyed, man. I think I pulled out like 8 seconds in the first couple of laps, and it was just all for nothing really in the end. And then
Yeah, it seemed like that second lap.
Yeah, obviously at the end I was catching Dom like mad, but I pushed the car too much on the limits and ultimately lost it because of that.
Yeah, and it was reinforced for that safety car as well, because that really hampered the gap that you'd managed to pull. If it weren't for that as well, it would have given you the perfect opportunity. But if you hadn't had that penalty, I think you still could have got it, even on that last corner. But it seemed Dom held it pretty well around the outside, and that's what allowed him to keep the win. Dom, you want to unmute yourself after I finish asking the question, but that's... If you want to mute it until after I've asked, but it's too late now because you still hear it, but... Yep. Yeah, so that's 3 races and 2 wins, so you got to be pretty happy about that.
No, you're right, bro. Good job, man. Just to like add as well, how did you make those softs last for like 60 laps? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, congratulations to you, Dom. Also voted driver of the day. Yeah, I think we'll end that there. Congratulations to the trio on the podium. We'll be back in about half an hour's time for tier 2.
Cheers, guys.